All right, man. Torch the talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. So, I'm doing a reaction to this politician having a interaction with a professor uh, on this situation between Roe versus Wade and how she's saying certain things. I don't want to give it away, but I want to just watch this with y'all, and I want y'all to see how crazy these people have become just to push a narrative. I've seen a little bit of it, but I want y'all to see this for yourselves, because this, if you ain't really into this type of stuff and you just let stuff just slide by, I beg you to watch this. I beg you to watch this. And let's just see what is said here, because this is crazy to me.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thanks to all of the witnesses for being here. Before I want to visit with you, Ms. Mansky, but before I do, I just want to clear one thing up. Professor Bridges, you said several times, you've used a phrase, I want to make sure I understand what you mean by it. You've referred to people with a capacity for pregnancy. Would that be women?
Many women, cis women, have the capacity for pregnancy. Many cis women do not have the capacity for pregnancy. There are also trans men who are capable of pregnancy, as well as non-binary people who are capable of pregnancy.
Like, what is all this? What is all this? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Like, what the fuck is all this? What is all this? I don't understand this. I really don't understand. I don't understand this whole ideology with y'all anymore. It's like every week y'all add something new to this shit. Like, what is this? You know that only women can have children. You know that. But you want to muddy the waters because y'all just want to be right so bad. But there's no scientific evidence that proves this, that not only women can have children. There's no evidence. You can't show me no evidence nowhere. Provide me with something where it says that only non-binary and trans men can have children. Please tell me this. Please. I don't understand it. I don't. This is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to be straight with y'all. Black women, y'all being used. Y'all being used. They're using y'all and they're going to discard y'all. I'm telling you. This is exactly what she's being used. You can look at her and you can tell that she has an agenda. She has an agenda. It's not like, okay, well, let's have a discussion about it. She has an agenda.
This isn't really a women's rights issue.
We can recognize that this impacts women while also recognizing that it impacts other groups.
Like what are you talking about? What are you talking about? We can that's not what he said. He's asking you the question. And that's that snarky shit that these women do nowadays. That's what they do. That type of snarky shit. It's like, oh, well, we can recognize. That's not what I asked you, bitch. I didn't ask you that. I said this, and you're trying to tell me what we can. That's not even what we're talking about. But you want to throw that in there. It's not what we're talking about. It's disgusting.
Not mutually exclusive, Senator Hawley.
Oh, so your view is that the core of this right then is about what?
So I want to recognize that your line of questioning is transphobic.
What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? So your argument is so weak that the first thing you run to is name calling and pointing shit out. The man never said nothing about trans people. He was asking you about women giving birth. And you come out of nowhere with this goofy shit. Unfucking believable. Unbelievable.
Up trans people to violence by not recognizing them.
Wow, you're saying that I'm opening up people to violence by asking whether or not women are the folks who can have pregnancies?
So what? He's opening it up for violence because he's asking you a question about whether women can have kids, and you're saying that he's opening up trans people for violence? Like what? You're just virtue signaling. At this point, I'm sorry. That's all you're doing. You're just virtue signaling. You're just saying, okay, look at me. I'm debating a senator, or I'm debating this guy, this man, this white man. Look at me debating him, everybody. Watch how I handle him. And this is what you're doing. That's exactly what you're doing. And people who follow you is probably gonna be like, oh, look at her. He took him down. Not knowing that what she's saying is a bunch of fucking garbage. It's garbage.
I want to note that 1 out of 5 transgender persons have attempted suicide.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything? That's not what the man asked you. You're dancing around the question. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? And you call yourself a professor. Like, you're supposed to be a professor. What is that? I don't care how much schooling you had. I don't give a fuck. You sound retarded. You sound retarded. You sound fucking retarded.
I think it's important
Because of my line of questioning? So we can't talk about it?
Because denying that trans people exist and pretending not to know that they exist.
I'm denying that trans people exist by asking you if you're talking about women having pregnancies?
See what I mean? Listen, whenever a woman is wrong about something, this is what they do. This is their reaction. This is how they react. So the man said, I'm denying that trans people exist because I'm asking you, can women have children? And you're saying, are you? Like, what are you talking about? And I'll guarantee you the next is probably going to be some stupid ass follow-up question, some dumb ass follow-up question she probably going to ask him, because this is what they do. They ask questions when you being asked a question. You try to muddy the words, you ask questions.
Believe that men can get pregnant?
No.
You believe?
Exist by asking you if you're talking about women having pregnancies?
Do you believe that men can get pregnant?
No, I don't think women can get
So
pregnant.
you are denying that trans people exist?
And that just defeats your whole argument, dummy. This is what I mean. That defeats your whole argument. You said trans women, then you asked him, do you believe a man could get pregnant? You gotta pay attention to what she said. Do you believe a man could get pregnant? So you acknowledge that you're acknowledging that there are men and women. You're acknowledging that. That's what you're saying. I bet you most of the trans people probably didn't pick up on that, and they probably feel disrespected that you said that. It's crazy.
To violence. Is this how you run your classroom? Are students allowed to question you?
Absolutely.
Or are they also treated like this, where
No,
they're told that they're opening up people to violence?
We have a good time in my class. You should join.
Oh, I bet.
You might learn a lot.
Wow, I would learn a lot. I've learned a lot just in this exchange.
Absolutely.
Extraordinary.
Yep.
Ms. Matsky, let me ask you something.
She just made black women look bad. I don't care what y'all say. She made black women look bad. She made black women look really bad. And she made it seem like they go to school and they keep this ghetto mentality, no professionalism at all. She ain't go up there with no type of professionalism. And it's like, okay, well, maybe I should talk to him like, well, I do believe this, blah, 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 blah. She went up there with a snarky attitude and is coming off all vulgar and disrespectful in a way. And I don't care. She was coming off bitchy, coming off like a bitch. Instead of her coming off like a woman and talking to this man about what she believed. She came off like a fucking bitch. And I'm telling you, people probably watch this. She probably gained a little bit, but I guarantee you a lot of people probably was turned off by that. Like, oh, I can't fuck with her.
You provide health care to women free of charge, right? Is that right?
Absolutely.
You've done this for many years.
Yep.
You have licensed medical professionals at your pregnancy care centers. Is that right?
That is correct.
And what are some of the resources that you provide for women who come to you in a time of need?
So,
just give us you talked about it in your written testimony, but just give us a sense of it.
So we have 3 OBGYN doctors, 5 registered nurses, nurse practitioners, physician assistants, phlebotomists, medical assistants, and we provide prenatal care, OBGYN care. We provide pregnancy tests, ultrasounds, well woman visits, breast exams. We provide a wide range of medical services, yes.
So what do you think about the DC politicians now saying that your clinic and the other 3,000 pregnancy care centers around this country are fake medical clinics? For instance, Senator Warren has said it's now more important than ever to crack down on so-called crisis pregnancy centers that mislead and deceive patients. Senator Menendez, crisis pregnancy centers jeopardize women's health and well-being, all while elevating unproven theories about birth control. Senator Warner wrote to Google asking them to censor search results for care centers like yours, saying, directing women to fake clinics that traffic in misinformation is dangerous to women's health and undermines the integrity of Google's search results.
Yo, y'all are being played. Y'all being fucking played. Y'all being played. Yo, I swear to God, bro. A lot of y'all don't even understand that y'all just letting this shit slide. And it's not about letting it slide. I'm telling you. The more you let this shit slide, the worse it's gonna get. And this is what they do. And they got her, that chick, right there, and a bunch of other people just like her, bunch of other scientists. They're gonna start recruiting all these people, and they're gonna change the dynamic of how things work and how people think. That's what they're trying to do. Y'all don't understand this. This is what they're trying to do. You have politicians they want to make money off this shit. They don't give a fuck about none of that. So they'll go along with whatever. As long as they're getting paid, they'll go along with whatever. They're writing to Google and telling Google to take that off. Eventually, they're going to infiltrate the libraries and they're going to infiltrate everything. And it's going to be like, oh, you're going to look up and going to say, damn, what the fuck happened? They're going to change everything. And this is what they've been trying to do. And I've been saying this. People thought I was crazy, but I've been saying this about them. This is what they've been trying to do, and it's coming to fruition now.
Do you run a fake clinic? I mean, is that what's happening here? You don't provide actual medical care to actual women?
We absolutely do not run a fake clinic, and we have a full medical staff. Like I said, many of our medical professionals have experienced abortion for themselves, including our OBGYN doctor who used to perform abortions. So our entire medical staff is there for women, whether they choose abortion and walk out the door or whether they choose life for their baby, and we support them for years after that.
Do you think there ought to be an ideological test to be able to get medical care in this country? I mean, should we say to women, well, you have to agree with the DC Democrats' ideology, otherwise you can't go get medical care? Or maybe for you and the physicians who work at your pregnancy care center or the thousands of others across the country, should we impose an ideological test on them and say that, well, you have to agree with the DC Democrats' position on abortion or you can't provide medical care to women? Should we do that in this country?
Absolutely not.
I just want to ask in my few remaining seconds here, Ms. Hawley, the Dobbs decision, as I understand it, I've read it now a number of times, it gives to voters the decision as to what laws should be pertaining to life and pertaining to abortion in all 50 states and other jurisdictions around the country. I'm just curious, do you know what percentage of voters in this country support the DC Democrats' position that they want to impose on the entire country, a one-size-fits-all rule they want to impose from the top down? Do you know what percentage of voters support their position, which is also, by the way, the same position taken by North Korea and China, other notable violators of human rights? Do you know what percentage it is?
I know that nearly 90% of Americans oppose abortion in the third trimester. The number that would support abortion up to the moment of birth has to be minuscule. It's a horrific policy.
Yeah, I mean, based on the most recent Harvard poll that was just released just a few days ago, less than 10% of voters say that they would support abortion into the final month of pregnancy, and yet that is the law that the DC politicians want to impose on every voter in America, to take this away from the people, take it away from my state, take it away from all the other states and the voters in the states, but impose this law uniformly that is not supported by 90% of the American people. Talk about anti-democratic. At the same time, they want to shut down 3,000 pregnancy care centers all around this country. That's radical. Thank you for being here.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. It's crazy as hell. Crazy as hell, man. Man, y'all just gotta keep fighting the good fight. I'm telling you, man. We in trouble. We in trouble. And black women, they using y'all. I'm telling you, they're using y'all. They're using y'all. Y'all not standing up for no straight people. I don't see no black women out here getting up there saying we believe this and we believe that. Everything y'all saying is going towards the trans community and the gay community, and there's nothing to slight them. But god damn it, y'all not gonna be having people believe shit that ain't real. Like, come on, let's stop that. For all this time, the whole time since we've been saying only a woman can give birth. Now y'all saying birthing people. Like what? Like what? Like, come on, man. This shit is crazy, man. Black women, y'all getting played. I'm telling you, y'all being played, and y'all gonna regret it. Just like when y'all voted for that goofy motherfucker in the White House, and y'all regretting that now. Torture Talk, man. Like, share, subscribe to the page.